Alright, I'm on the Eastwood website. I want to show everybody that right there. And we're looking at the Eastwood Contour SCT Surface Conditioning Tool plus accessory drums. Now, according to this action right here, you can buy the tool alone, no accessory drums, and we're going to show you that right here. The tool alone is $179.95, plus shipping, of course. Removes rust, paint, body fillers, conditions metal so it is ready to paint, sand and refinish wood, buff metal to a mere finish. And to purchase the tool with the drums, the 3 drums, or 4, whatever you're looking at there. I guess it would be 4. I was thinking more like 3. Yeah, it comes with 4. I guess you get one with it. You get one of the red ones with it if you buy it for $179. But if you want the drums, then it bumps the price up to $272.86. And then it says here that they are out of stock, due back in May 15th. Here's another one right here. And this one comes with the rack. So you get a rack to hold it. And I don't know if I can I zoom in? There we go. Alright, so you get that little thing there. Now this is all at Eastwood Tools. So you get the rack, you get the tool, and you get 4 of the things. And then for that price, it's $346.84. So it keeps going up in price. Alright, it says, why buy an Eastwood Contour SCT? This is what they're saying. This is what they're saying over at Eastwood. Heavy duty industrial construction. Alright, we're going to get to that one. We're going to get to this one in a minute. Universal fits, okay. With a powerful 9-amp motor and hardened spur metal gearbox. Okay, I think I said 9-amp over here. And what else does it say here? Versatile strips paint, rust, we've been through that, blah, blah, blah. Gives old metal surfaces a look like new. Okay, so the reason I pulled this up is because when you get online and you look at the Eastwood one, the first thing that pops up is the $179 one. So I literally went to the website to find out the accurate true price of what their machine is, which is this one here. This is the exact identical package that you would get right here, okay? And their price for this exact identical thing at Eastwood, all right, is $280 plus shipping. And here's kind of a picture of the gear-driven drum that they have. That's the, if you took it apart, that's what it would look like. And what we're going to do today, people, we are going to review the brand new on the market as of today. That doesn't mean if this video's been on for 3 years, it was brand new. Bauer, all right, exclusively made for Harbor Freight. This is the strip paint, remove rust conditioning metal, ergonomic inline design tool. All right, so the first thing we're going to do before we open the box, we're going to go around the box. We're going to dissect the box itself. What you're looking at here, it's a red, black, and white box. Beautiful box, packaged very well. It's made by Bauer. I'm sure this is either made in Taiwan or China. And I'm going to go ahead and let you know this. This actually might be made by the exact identical same company that makes Eastwoods. All right, we don't know, but this could actually be the exact same one. Now, Other people are selling this. Jags Automotive has their own, and it's exactly the same price as the Eastwood one. All right, so I did notice that Jags had one, and there's probably other companies out there that sell these, but I will go ahead and say this one more time. This cost me $124. It came with 3 universal abrasive drums, and these are 4-inch by 4-inch. We got a 40 grit clean and strip drum. We got a 120 grit stripping drum, and then we got the 240 grit finishing drum. So it does come with these 3. Now, I want you all to pay attention to this. Includes universal fit 4-inch by 4-inch abrasive drums. These are universal. All right? That means that these are drums that you can purchase anywhere. These are not exclusively designed for the Bauer machine. The part number on this is a 20104E-B. Okay? If you're online, you're looking at that, that's the part number if you need to call them. We're going to rotate this, and basically it's the same situation, a different picture on the top of the box. Let's go ahead and roll the box around. We're going to look at that, and it says right here, all right, let's look at that closely because I kind of went over the Eastwood stuff with you. We're going to start over here. It says drum guard keeps debris away from user. Of course, naturally, the Eastwood one and all the other knockoffs are going to have that. Accepts a wide variety of 4x4 sanding drums. So it's not exclusively designed, all right, for the drums that come with this kit. It says front D handle for maximum comfort and control. It says ergonomic inline design with all metal gearing. Variable speed motor, 1,000 to 3,700 RPM. High torque 9 amp motor. So it's got the variable speed motor and it's a 9 amp motor. 6-speed control dial. This is a variable speed situation. Now what I'm curious about is if the trigger itself is a variable speed. It's 120 volt, 60 hertz, 9 amps, 1,000 to 3,700. It takes a 4-inch drum. It has an 8-foot cord, and it weighs 8 pounds. All right, that to me seems like it weighs a little bit more than 8 pounds, but we'll go with that. If we read the fine print here, it does say distributed by Harbor Freight Tools, and it is made in China. Okay, so when you go to purchase one of these and you're very picky about buying something that's never been opened or it's brand new, always look to see if the seal's been broke. If the seal's been broke, that's pretty much a bad luck sign for me and I won't buy it. That means that somebody's either returned it or it's been open in the past. So we're going to open the box very carefully, and we will go ahead and take the tool out, and the first thing that we see is a drum. Very big drum. Wow. Let's put that right there. We're going to go ahead and pull our machine out of the box. If we can get it out of the box, here it comes right here. And the next thing that we see are 2 discs and some tools. And then I want to show everybody how this is designed. It's got the square gear tooth action going on, and I'm sure that's what these square things are for in here that look like Allen wrenches. More than likely, that's exactly what those are for. And then we're going to go ahead and pull our machine out of the box. And as I pull it out, I'm looking at it, and it looks very high-tech. There's nothing else in the box with it. It's pretty cut and dry. That's what you're getting. So I'm pulling everything out of the box, and I see that it comes with a handle. I like the way that everything is wrapped individually. It's professionally packed. It's not thrown together. One more thing, look what comes with this beautiful tool that I'm looking at. You actually get an extra set of brushes with this tool. Now, does Eastwood supply you with an extra set of brushes? If you know that answer, leave a comment below. It doesn't say anything in the description of Eastwood. That's actually pretty nice that they supply extra set of brushes. Now, I am going to go ahead and let you know, I have never used an Eastwood SCT tool. I've never used one. I don't know what they look like. I've only seen them on the internet. When I saw the outrageous prices that you're paying for this setup right here, all right, on the Eastwood thing, I said, bullshit, I will never buy one of those. And I guess I use other means. But when I saw this for $124 with the discs, I wanted to jump on it. The first thing we're going to do before we go any further is I would like to dissect the gears on this. And when I say dissect the gears, what I'm talking about is I want to take this cover off and inspect that this is a steel gear action. Okay, so we gently remove, and look what we got, people. Alright, we got a steel hardened geared direct drive action going on here. Another thing that I'm noticing is we got steel bearings that are pressed on to the gears. Now, I don't know the ratio of that, but it is a steel gear situation. It's lubricated very well with lithium grease, and it looks like it is very well made. The lid itself is made out of cast aluminum, and it looks like it's made pretty much exactly, yes, I would say almost identical to the Eastwood. So if we look at that picture right there, you can see plain as day that it's identically, almost exactly the same as the Eastwood itself. Exactly. So we got the same pressed bearings, the same color bearing. If you look at that, we can see that. And I mean, there is a little bit difference in design. If we look right here, looks like it's got more meat on the Eastwood. Do you see that? Let me get my pointer. Where's it at? Here it is. If you look right here, you can see there is a difference in design on the Eastwood versus the Bauer. So this is not made by this company. We can scratch that idea and that theory and put it back in the conspiracy box that we were thinking. The Eastwood one is designed a little bit different than the Bauer one. And it does show that it has a significant difference in the structure on the Eastwood one versus the Bauer. Okay, I got two items here that we're going to start out with. One of them is a fender for a 1968 fastback Mustang that I'm completely restoring. And another piece is over here behind us. Let's go ahead and look at that. Where are we at? Here we are right here. And this is a cross member that goes to a 1967 Camaro that is all original, never been stripped. It's got all the gunk on it. It's got all the grease, all the oil, all the rust, all the filth, completely scummy dirty. So we're going to strip some of this. We're not going to strip the whole thing. We're just testing this machine out and seeing what it does. Another thing that we don't test out that we always use is this right here. Make sure that you got this and this while using this machine. Okay, so I got my tool plugged in. I'm going to go ahead and pull the trigger right out of the box, and we're going to see what happens. So as I pull the trigger, I notice that it takes a few seconds for it to catch up. It's not an instant response type tool. And right out of the box, it's actually set at 3,700 RPM, which is setting number 6. We're going to go ahead and go down to number 1. And it doesn't feel to me like it's doing anything. Let's go ahead and start at number 1 and see where it takes us here. So this is at 1,000 RPM. And I'm going to go ahead and flip my machine over. I'm going to lock my trigger in. It does have a locking trigger. So this is at 1,000 RPM. Let's see what happens. Okay, so what you just saw, you saw the speed at 1,000. We're going to go ahead and bump it up, but you know what I need to do? I need to get another clamp to put down here because this thing really has a lot of torque to it. Let me clamp that down, and we're going to move it up to a 3,700 RPM and see what it does at that speed. Okay, we're going to go ahead and bump it all the way up to setting number 6, which is going to be our 3,700 RPM. And we're going to see what happens at that speed. I will say that at 1,000, it actually did clean the surface of this nasty, ugly cross member, and it actually did clean it up a little bit. Let's keep going with this and see what happens. Alright, if we look at the surface of our nasty old beat up, trashed out 1967 transmission cross member, we see that it did do a pretty good job stripping it. This was our 1,000 speed, whereas from here over was 3,700. At first I felt like the 1,000 was stripping better, but then once I got used to the machine, it seemed like the 3,700 speed was working great. Another thing I did, I flipped it on the side, and this is where it's going to really screw you up because it's going to eat the edge of the pad, is I went ahead and stripped this. It worked okay. Getting into tight spots like you see right here could be a little bit of a trick. And then here's another example of not being able to get into tight corners with it and eating up the edge where we would have to literally turn the disc around to use the other edge to get in a tight corner. Hopefully that'll hold the fender down good enough for demonstration. The thing I don't like about this tool, I'm going to let you know, is using it on something like this, it's kind of hard to use it on. It has to be more stabilized, of course. This thing has a lot of torque, and it is very, very, to me, it's heavy, okay? I don't know how much the Eastwood one weighs, but you can feel all 8 pounds when you're using this thing. It would wear you out quick. Okay, it didn't do much. Let me do a little bit more. Okay, I was actually using force when I was doing that, pushing down. Once again, the balance of this tool isn't really there. I'm just being honest with you. I haven't tried or seen in person the Eastwood one, but if it's anything like this, to me, this thing's hard to use to strip a car with. We're going to go ahead and bump this up to 3,700 RPM. We'll go ahead and turn it on. What you saw is real-time action, but what really I want to check out from using that high torque machine, I actually have a infrared thermometer here. We're going to see what the heat is on that. And the heat range on this right here where I was using it is 71 degrees. This is 72. We're all the way up right here, people, in this action right here, we're up to 85 degrees. So, normal temperature, okay, 62 degrees. It's starting to cool down now. The hottest area was right in here. Here it is, right here. Let's see. It's cooling down, but it's 79. This is my angle on this tool. I'm going to let you know. If you're buying this to strip your car, stay away from it. It is not, I'm telling you now, you're going to have more issues buying this tool to strip a fender. You saw how long it took to strip this little section here, and I'm going to tell you right now, my muscle right here, I can feel it in my muscle. Now, this goes for the Eastwood one too. I think this thing for stripping paint, because that's what a lot of guys are buying these things for. I actually had it on the number 1 setting, which is 1,000, and I'm going to show you again, it doesn't even do anything. I mean, it does do something, but it takes forever. And when you use it on super high speed, I mean, it's just ripping through, and the metal is getting very hot. Check that temperature right there. That's where I want to check it, right here. 77 degrees. All right, let's check it over here. Okay, this is down to 72, 75, 76 degrees. For stripping old paint off in BONDO, it does work good, but the time consumption that it takes to use that, I would actually suggest that you have it blasted. Having it soda blasted or walnut blasted is going to actually, in the long run, save you a lot of time and money. The disc that we just used did polish the metal, and it does look very, very nice. I like the way that the disc cleaned the metal up. I mean, it did clean it up really nice. You can see that right there. And it did do a good job. But if I had to sit there to strip this fender completely using this tool right here, that's going to take a while, people. That's going to take probably an hour and a half just to strip this to this level that you just saw right there. It'll take at least an hour and a half. Another thing we want to look at is the disc itself. You can see that it used a lot of meat on the disc. This disc is actually almost already used up. We almost used a quarter of it doing what we just did. I don't know how much these things cost, okay? But I can tell you this, Harbor Freight does not sell them. I'm going to explain that to you when we get back over to the desk. Okay, so what we got here, we got a piece of 18 gauge sheet metal, and what you're looking at, this has a very heavy surface rust on it. I wouldn't say it's super heavy, but I would say that it's heavy enough to eliminate, or what can we say, to discriminate that if you had a car that you were going to use this on and you wanted to polish the metal up and get rid of the surface rust, this would probably be what you're working on. So we're going to try it at the low speed first. Okay, we're on number 1. We're going to turn our machine on and we're going to see what it does on number 1. Well, if you look at it on the 1000 speed, you can see that it did polish it, but it still left a bunch of pits behind. So what we're going to do now is we will turn it up to number 6 and see where that takes us. Okay, before we go any further, I want to check the temperature on that. And it's coming out to 72. Hold on, we got 76. So we got a reading of 76 in the area we just used it on, but look at the surface. Look at the surface. So we basically went from this was our 1000 speed right here, but when we bumped it up to 3700, it really polished it up nice right here. On our fender, using the stripper disc only, it did a very, very nice job. I thought it took a lot longer than expected. It was very awkward and what can I say, heavy to hold the machine in the position that I needed to use it at. Being in this state of mind like we're looking at here, it would really be a pain in the ass to do this fender on this stand with that machine. One more thing I'd like to say is it leaves a very big mess. What you're looking at is the paint that I took off. This is so if you're looking for cleanliness, this machine leaves a mess, a big, big mess. If you're looking to do concourse restorations or to do a restoration to this magnitude where you're taking off body panels and doing major rust repairs and floor replacements and all that, this machine is worthless. Don't waste your money. Even if you get the $125 Bauer unit, it's a worthless machine. and there's other ways to strip paint and remove BONDO that would be more efficient and less time consuming and just as much or more accurate due to the fact that that machine is not going to strip the paint off on the inside of this fender. There's no way you're going to get that machine in there to do that. You might get some of it off, but as far as accuracy goes and professionalism, no. I don't like it. So what's my honest and professional opinion on the Bauer, what is the name of this thing? I don't even, surface conditioning tool. It's a great tool if you need it. I'm not going to sit here and say it's a pile of junk and it's not worth it. It is a good tool for flat sheet metal, such as the top of this desk right here. All right? As far as buying it for restoring your car, you're wasting your money. And that's one of the reasons I was never interested in the Eastwood one, due to the fact that, to me, this is an impractical tool when it comes to restoring cars or removing paint on a vehicle. To me, there's easier, more economical, less stressful, and a lot more cleaner ways to do it than buying 30 or 40 of these things. I don't even know how much these are. I'm sure they're at least $25 each, all right? So you can imagine buying 10 or 12 of these and 15 of these to strip a car when you can literally have your car professionally soda blasted or walnut blasted for, you know, $1,200. Would I buy one of these if I needed it? Yes, I would. If I had a use for this and I was going to use it more than one time a year, I would buy it. Would I buy this over the Eastwood brand? Yes, I would buy this over the Eastwood brand, due to the fact that I can walk into the store if I have problems or issues with it. This does come with a 90-day money-back guarantee warranty, just to let you know. And one more thing I want to let you know is the lady that I bought it from, she specifically said, we do not sell these. You cannot buy these. You have to buy universal ones. What you get in the kit is the only ones you will get from Harbor Freight until further notice. All right? These are 25 bucks each, I believe. She told me, now this is what she told me, and I'm quoting what she said. Buy the $15 warranty, and in 1 year, bring it back and get a free one. Buy another $15 warranty, bring it back and get a free one. That's what she told me to do. I told her I didn't want to get a warranty. If I didn't like it, I got 90 days to bring it back. She kept pushing the warranty on me, and she actually lowered the price down to $7 for the 1 year warranty. I still didn't get it, and what I'm going to do with mine is I am actually going to put it back in the box, and I'm going to take it back to Harbor Freight, and they can have it. To me, it's an impractical machine. I don't see any use for it. The thing is actually really heavy to use. I mean, and to use it properly, you have to put force down on it, okay? You can't just let the weight of the machine do it. It's not going to do nothing. This is Pete again, my friend Pete, your friend Pete, doing reviews, telling you my honest opinion about it. Once again, I do want to repeat, it is a very nice tool. It's a high-quality craftsman's tool. I don't like the way when you pull the trigger, it starts out super slow and then builds up. I wish it would have a variable speed trigger where you can just leave it on high and then just use the trigger to accurately get the speed you want. I do like the fact that it comes with some extra brushes that you can replace yourself. It is a gear-to-gear situation. We saw that. I would purchase this unit over an Eastwood unit. It is a high-quality tool, but in my field of work and what I would even think of using it for, to me, it's a waste of money. This is Pete, my friend Pete, your friend Pete for the 4th time. I got to go. Take it easy. Right there, people. DIY Auto School. Doing it right, doing it right, doing it right. Because if you're not doing it right, you're not doing it at all.
Thanks for watching D.I.Y. Automotive School. Classes don't stop till you know everything.